Hey, what's up, Twitter? So I wanted to do a follow up on the query thing. Little chat with my buddy Nick today. Shout out Nick, what's up? Just to like kind of like fill it out a little more. I think it deserves a part two. So one thing to understand is think of the IT department, especially at like big agencies and so forth. Think of the IT department. Like what is their job? Their job is to make it easier for the agents. You know why? Because if agents are being bombarded with how many scripts are written are registered to the WGA every year, 50,000 or whatever it is, and how many scripts are not registered, if all that shit hits their inbox, they're going to be slammed and they're going to miss shit. And the agency doesn't want the agent to miss an important email from someone important, and they're late, and then that costs money. You know, it's all about the bottom line. So that's one of the reasons your scripts don't get through. And think of what the IT department is doing. They're smart. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. They're one step ahead of you. They're already thinking like, what words are you using to try to get in? You know, that's one thing. What words are you using? Let me put all of that in the spam filter and make sure if they use that word, boom, trash, garbage, you know, and that's what agents want. And if you asked agents, how does the spam filter work? They would be like, I have no idea. I have no fucking clue. They really don't. They have no clue. They just know most of it goes over there. And I would say a lot of them have probably like peeked at it, have peeked at like how many queries am I getting a day, you know, just out of curiosity, and looked at it like, holy shit, you know, in the spam, and then never looked at it again and never read a single one of them. I mean, that's what I would say for my ex. She never read any queries ever, not once, 0 times in 20 years. When I was with her, 20 years, never read a single one of them. But an agent's day starts with some get through. And we're talking like CAA, UTA, ICM, WME, like that. Probably Gersh and APA. I don't know. I don't know about the APA. I would guess, but probably less so. A CA. Let me just shut up about that. Right? I don't know about that, but I can tell you from a CA standpoint, yeah, like it's a fucking hardcore spam filter. So learning the email is easy. That's the easy part, because the structure is all the same throughout the entire industry. You learn one email, you know them all. You know, the hard part is getting over the spam filter. And there's words in there. There's words in there that are gonna dump you. You know, think of them: screenwriter, script, maybe even title. And I'm gonna make another point in a second. Movie, you know, any buzzword is probably going to get you dumped into spam. But I would say, I would say there's a difference in the sense of, if you're already in their contacts, then all that shit goes away. That's my guess. You know, I've never had like an in-depth conversation with like IT at one of these places, but that's my guess of how it works. And based off seeing like what queries got through to my ex and which ones didn't, you know, that's my guess. What else? So I would say it's different, you know, like that's what I think. I think if you are if you're in the contacts, then I think you just get through. But if you're not, then I think this filter hits you hard. So mostly they're not seeing it. Did I already say that part? I forget. So essentially, agents wake up. Here's their day. They wake up, a few get through, maybe probably 8 to 10 a day, and they just see it. Like, it's like the header's like writer looking for representation, like stupid shit. Don't do that. All that kind of shit. And they're just like click, 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 delete, bye, garbage. I'm not reading it. And then they move on. And then there's probably another 80 to 100 or whatever in the spam that they never look at, that they have never looked at for 20 years, for example. Another thing I realized, I just thought of that today, is if you're not in their contacts, I would guess that there's probably a word limit on how many words they will let through. You know what I mean? Like, they will let through into the email if you're not in their contacts. There's probably a limit. That'd be my guess. So when you're doing these gigantic emails, even if you're smart enough to not use the buzzwords, that'll get you dumped probably. I think so. What else? Is there anything else? So that's it. Like, I would just avoid those buzzwords. Like, do your email and read it. Like, read it back to yourself and ask yourself, is there any buzzwords in here that could get me dumped? And if there is, I would dump those words. You don't need them. Not really. Why? Why do you need them? Cut them. And that's gonna make your chances go up that you don't go into spam. And also understanding that even if you don't go into spam, even if they see it, I'm just telling you the honest to God fucking truth. Even if they see your email come in, at a certain level, they're just gonna delete it, because they're like, I already have my client base. I don't need new clients, and I'm not willing to, build clients from scratch. So that happens. So understand the industry is layered, and the query system is probably layered as well, as far as what's going to get you dumped. So be smart about it. Like, you're smart as fuck when you're writing your script, right? So be smart about it when you're doing your queries. Think of the motive that the agents have. They're trying to keep all that shit out, so that they can just do their fucking job. If they get 100 emails and they got to look through all that, that's going to slow them down. So the IT department's like, nah, fuck that. We'll cut all that shit and dump it into garbage so you never have to see it. That's how it works. I fucking promise you. Later. Have a good one. Good luck.